The 24th Winter Olympic Games have started in Beijing for 2022, and Team USA once again is really strong, and we hope to see some good performances from them. And the Olympics are going to be held February 4th to 20th. Again, some started earlier on February 3rd, but we got a whole 2+ weeks of Winter Olympics action. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And the opening ceremony was held on Friday morning over here. I don't know what time it was in China, but either way, there are 15 different sports in the Winter Olympics, not as much compared to the Summer Olympics, where they're like, I think, above 30. And 84 countries are going to be participating. And generally the strong countries in the Winter Olympics are obviously the USA, Russia, Canada, European countries like Germany, and Norway actually had the most medals in 2018 in Pyeongchang with 14 gold, 14 silver, and 11 bronze. And you have Netherlands, who's really strong in speed skating. So basically Europe, and then USA and Canada. And then, for the first time, Saudi Arabia has actually Winter Olympic athletes, which is kind of crazy because they live in a desert, which doesn't really make sense. But they finally have some athletes, which is really awesome. And currently, the Russian Olympic Committee leads the Winter Olympics with 5 medals so far. And Norway, Austria, and Italy each have 3. And the US has 2, and we'll get into that a little bit later, like right now. USA, in 2018, they finished 4th in total medals in Pyeongchang with 23, 9 gold, 8 silver, 6 bronze. Let's talk about the most well-known USA Winter Olympians and really what to watch for. And the 2 flag bearers for the US this year were speed skater Brittany Bowe and Jon Schuster, the curler. And US has athletes in all 15 sports, so they should be able to pick up some good medals. And most of the athletes are in freestyle skiing, 32 athletes. So I'm sure we'll be picking up some medals in that category. And obviously hockey, US women and US men. And currently the US has 2 silver medals. And we're going to be jumping into the first silver medal, which is awarded last night in women's slopestyle final in snowboarding, where Julia Marino won the silver medal. It was the US's first medal in the Olympics so far. And unfortunately, Jamie Anderson, the well-known women's slopestyle snowboarder, wasn't able to get a medal this time for the US. It was New Zealand who got the gold medal this time. Jamie Anderson, she won it in 2018, the gold medal. And she has had 3 medals overall in the Olympics, 2 gold, 1 silver. But this time she was unable to get the medal. And last Olympics, US swept pretty much all the snowboarding events, the men's and women's halfpipe, and the men's and women's slopestyle in 2018. So unfortunately, they won't be able to do that this year. But again, the US is really, really strong in snowboarding. And again, Shaun White, who everybody knows, really, Shaun White, who follows the Winter Olympics. They all know Shaun White, probably the greatest snowboarder of all time. Maybe is in 5th Olympics. He's now 35 years old, and he said this will be his last go-around, and he's going to retire after these games. He won the gold in 2006, in 2010, and 2018, and he finished 4th in 2014. But I really hope he can get this halfpipe gold once again. He has most Olympic gold medals and X Games gold medals. And it should be a lot of fun. We also have the 2 17-year-olds who won it in 2018. Now they're both 21. Chloe Kim, who won the women's halfpipe in 2018 at the age of 17. And obviously Red Gerard, who won it in 2018 at the age of 17. They both won the halfpipes. Now they're both 21. And Chloe Kim definitely is the favorite. Should be a lot of fun. Got a lot of youngsters in snowboarding, and that should be a lot of fun to watch. Snowboarding is definitely one of my favorite sports to watch in the Olympics. Obviously, also I love watching bobsledding. Those 2, I think, are definitely really fun for me to watch. And now the second Olympic medal for the US was in women's skiing moguls event, where Jalen Koff won the silver medal in that event. So the US has 2 silver medals so far in the Olympics from 2 days. And obviously Michaela Schifrin, the well-known skier, probably one of the most well-known Winter Olympic athletes. She will be going into 5 different events this Olympics. And she's 26 years old. She's won 3 medals, 2 golds, 1 silver, 2 medals in 2018, 1 in 2014. The 6-time world champion is going to try and get a historic amount of medals this year in the Olympics. And we'll see what she can do. And Jessie Diggins, who won gold in 2018, the first medal ever for the U.S. in women's cross-country skiing. She finished 6th in the 15 kilometer skiathlon, so hopefully she might be able to get a medal in some of the other events. And then you also have David Wise in freestyle skiing in the half pipe. He won gold in 2014 and 2018. Let's see if he can make it 3 games in a row, and it should be pretty fun skiing. One thing about this Olympics in China is that China's using man-made snow, which is a little bit different. It's not natural, obviously, so it has some chemicals in it, I don't know. So it's not really the same. So we'll see how the athletes really adapt to that kind of snow. And then figure skating. Nathan Chen is the biggest name in U.S. figure skating in the men's. The U.S. skating team is very strong, but again, Russia is probably the greatest skating team that you're going to see. So not really sure that they'll be able to overtake Russia. And Nathan Chen on the first day gave the U.S. the early lead with his great performance in the team event. And Nathan Chen, he underperformed in 2018, where he finished 5th, and everybody had him winning the gold medal that year. So hopefully he'll be able to do better, because he's definitely one of the best skaters, and I'm sure he'll be able to get the gold this time. And currently the U.S. is in the team event. I think they're in 3rd place right now, so hopefully they'll be able to jump up higher than that. Karen Chen for the women's, she's 22 years old. She is a national runner-up. And then Mariah Bell is also, she was a national champion, and she's 25 years old. So those are the women's side of things. And then in the pairs, you have Madison Hubble and Zachary Donahue in pairs. And hopefully we'll be able to get some medals in figure skating. You definitely have a lot of U.S. skaters in this event. And then hockey. Obviously, hockey is really big, but it's mainly about the women in U.S. hockey. The women have gotten off to a great start. 3 wins, including the win over the Russian Olympic Committee and Switzerland. So the women have got off to a great start. They're going to be facing Canada next. Obviously, U.S. and Canada is such a big rivalry. And, the women are the team that you have to look out for. The men, they finished 7th in 2018. They're a long shot to win it this year. But the women won the gold in 2018 over Canada. So hopefully they'll be able to go back to back. And then bobsledding, again, I really like to watch bobsledding. It's pretty cool. Alana Myers-Taylor, she's 37 years old. She tested positive for COVID. She wasn't able to bear the flag this year, but she won the silver in 2018 and 2014 and the bronze in 2010. And there's one women bobsled, so there's only one woman who sits in the bobsled. That's a new event, something that should be fun to watch. And, I always like watching this, and hopefully we'll be able to get a medal in that now that she's been cleared from COVID. And then Jon Schuster, he was one of the flag bearers in the Olympics this time, 39 years old. In curling, he leads the men's and the mixed teams. He won the gold in 2018 and the men's bronze in 2006. So in 39 years old in his 5th Olympics, let's see if he can be able to get a medal. And that's pretty much like the main athletes in the Olympics. Obviously, there are a lot of great athletes, but kind of really the big names that you really need to look out for. Obviously, guys like Julia Marino, and those are definitely going to show up in the Olympics. As always, you have these people making names for themselves in the Olympics, which is always fun to watch. But I just went over the main big names that you're going to hear a lot during the Olympics. And I definitely am big on India. We'll see if India will be able to do anything. They just have one athlete in the Winter Olympics. India had 160 athletes in the summer, but only one in the winter. That's kind of disappointing, but it's one Indian athlete, a Kashmiri alpine skier. Muhammad Arif Khan is representing India. He's a national champion in South Asian, a national champion in the slalom and alpine skiing, and he's a national champion in that, the South Asian champion in that. And really, it's a great story with him. His father, he owned a ski shop, and there was a lot of snow in the mountains, obviously, so he was able to get into it pretty early, and he won the gold medal in the Indian National Championship at 12 years old. Now he's 31 years old, hopefully representing India, and we'll see how well he can do. But it's great to see him in there, and hopefully you'll be able to see more Indian athletes in the Olympics soon enough. So be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully USA will get a lot of medals.